if you could get ready, please. Aim. Fire. We are officially open. Thank you very much, everybody.
But it's not a farmer's workhorse, no.
I think it has to be a rich man's toy because they're really expensive and there's no work that can be done with them. It's worth more than any money.
20 to 30% of the people who
21 guns. That is how this place says good morning. Every July, the British countryside empties itself into the grounds of a stately home in Warwickshire. 800 stands, 100,000 people, shotguns you inherit rather than buy, bags that outlive their owners, and a queue for a burger that has its own planning permission. Nobody here needs any of it. That is rather the point. We turned up with 14 Land Rovers, which at a show about dogs, birds and guns makes us the +1 nobody remembers inviting. And on Friday morning, we gave one of them away. Here's the thing about a Defender. For most of 70 years, it was not a choice. It was a thing in the yard that started or mostly started, did the job and got shouted at. So I asked people whose land actually needs a vehicle one very simple question. Has it ever let you down when it genuinely mattered? I was not ready for how quickly they answered.
Many a time, yeah.
Many a time.
Many
Tell
a time.
us a story. Tell us the worst story.
I don't know what it's going to be now. I've done a few turbos and manifolds on the discos over the years, so it's quite a common issue, the Disco 4s. Manifolds like to chew themselves away, so yeah, done a few of them over our time.
Do you guys still use Discos like in your farm?
But best car.
Yeah, I've heard that quite a few times from guys.
Disco 4 is what you want. It's your daily car and you get a Defender for the weekends.
Nice. What about you?
Well, we had a Disco 4 up at the land and that cost 10 grand to keep on the road.
Wow.
So, and then buggered itself after, so
damn.
yeah. Not the best experience.
Not me personally, no.
It has, yes.
It has?
Yeah.
When was that? Tell us the story.
It was the old style, I think it's series 2 or 3 Discovery.
Okay.
I had 2 engines and 3 gearboxes.
Oh my god.
But that was, but that was a long time ago. That was in the 90s, back in the 90s.
Fine, now they're better.
Still kept it.
I've had the 3 new Defenders that I've had. I've had the 2-litre P300 and now I've got the P350.
Oh wow, okay.
And they've never let me down.
That's good.
Yeah, they're great vehicles.
Buy the new Defender, tell them.
Buy the new Defender,
guys.
Yeah, the new Defender is definitely. But you can see that the number of them on the road. There's
everyone's got one. It's normal.
Yeah.
It's like if you don't see a family, they don't have a Defender. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's true. Exactly. What are you doing?
Yeah,
Get a Defender.
Not when it's mattered. No.
Always random times.
Yeah, and it was a fuse. Fuse went, just roll the fuse, and it's like in whole series 2. I only got 2 fuses in the whole vehicle.
When delivering a load of logs, this most annoying time, and it was a 2 1/4 petrol, old series 2.
Yeah.
And there was something wrong with, just put electronic ignition on it. There was a loose wire on the ignition side, and you do about 100 meters and it cut out.
No.
So I had to do, what was it? It was about 5 miles to where I was coming back from.
What the hell?
So yeah, 5 miles at about 100 meters a time, just tweaking the wire, was fairly annoying.
There.
No, that was another time, and it ran out of electricity a different time, and he had to trailer me back from Dartmoor. That was quite annoying.
Yes, I have a Discovery, and I needed to go to a horse show, and the back window just randomly exploded and blew out.
No
just
way.
like genuinely walked outside, and it just went.
What?
And the whole thing blew out. So
on a farm, yes.
Yeah. Tell us about the worst time.
The back just fully came off.
No way.
Yeah. An old 90.
Yeah.
Just driving through, checking the cattle.
Yeah.
And something must have not properly been on. 'Cause you know how farmers are.
Yeah.
We do a quick DIY fix.
No.
And the metal cage flew off.
Since they stopped making the Defender, it's definitely, I think nowadays it's the quads, the side-by-side, like the John Deere Gator sort of things. And a lot of farms around us still run Defenders.
Okay.
And but they're all getting on.
And while it was busy breaking down, something else was quietly taking the work. off it. No heritage, no badge, all the romance of the dishwasher. Nobody has ever restored one of these lovingly in a barn over 6 winters, and nobody ever will. They just start.
Oh, hi, Lux. You're like, that's not even a question. Like, I will be able to get anywhere I want. I can actually go around the terrain of my farm. A Defender, I'm miles away from any like support service. So what if it just starts like leaking oil? I'm gonna have to call a mechanic from where? So what? It is a rich man's toy. I think it has to be a rich man's toy because they're really expensive and there's no work that can be done with them.
True.
And yeah, I don't even know how these things work. How am I supposed to get Land Rover parts to my farm in South Africa? There's so many Toyota parts around. I just don't, there's no comparison.
There's no comparison. You?
I double down. I would say they're a drug dealer's car.
Drug dealer's car,
they're-
yeah.
You're not finding a new Defender doing anything useful.
I mean, how could you load a bale on that?
Yeah.
It's like certainly a transition with they're almost becoming like Chelsea tractors,
Okay.
along with G-Wagons
Yeah.
and the Range Rovers. They're becoming less of a commercial vehicle
Commercial.
like these ones were in their day, and now definitely, you know, when you're over 100 grand, that's when you're getting into serious money. So
Which is roughly where you would expect the man who sells Land Rovers for a living to step in and defend them. He did not.
Yeah, I think that they're becoming too expensive really for your livestock farmers and people managing the countryside. And of course, yeah, quad bikes and some of these slightly bigger kind of side-by-side sort of quad vehicles are a bit cheaper. They're probably easier on the land anyway, a bit lighter. So yeah, if you're going out fencing or checking your animals and that, they tend to use those sort of vehicles now rather than a heavy, you know, because the new Defenders become a lot heavier anyway.
Too heavy for the job, too expensive for the people who used to do it, and comprehensively beaten by a machine nobody has ever bothered to name, which leaves it doing what exactly? Which brings me back to Friday morning, and the least commercially sensible decision anybody's made all weekend.
We've also done something slightly mad. We've given one of our Defenders away for the weekend, and it's to a company that we all know and love, Melvill Moon. It will live on their stand like an exchange student, and if they come back with some new friends, we are onto something.
Well, we had a lot of inquiries to the extent that we're actually a little grumpy in the beginning because everyone was looking at the car and we're like, hang on a minute, there's a hell of a lot more here.
So there it is, 3 days on somebody else's carpet, admired by somebody else's customers, doing absolutely nothing for us. Probably. By Saturday afternoon, I had a card full of people telling me the Defender was finished. Too expensive, too slow, too precious to work. Beaten comprehensively by a quad bike, so I changed the question. Not what would you buy, not what makes sense. What is the one vehicle you would never ever sell? And a field full of people who buy one coat every 40 years went very quiet.
Our Defender. I won't say what it is, you know, 'cause you've got competition obviously, but yeah, the Defender at home.
New Overland Defender he has.
Yeah, it's new Overland Defender, nothing to do with Twisted.
Probably my Land Rover.
Your series?
Yeah, probably never sell it.
Sweet. Thank you.
Because it don't owe me anything.
Ah!
Oh, probably. I wish I'd sell me old Land Rover.
The one you sold?
The one I sold him, yeah, big mistake, but he can enjoy it now for the next 20 years.
It's his turn now.
It's his turn now, yeah.
My dad used to have a Porsche 944,
Oh wow.
and originally it was supposed to be mine.
Yeah.
Like, you know, over
Passed
time.
on.
And he sold it, and I haven't forgiven him since.
We're not mums driving our kids to schools.
Yeah.
That's what most of them buy Defenders for.
100%, yeah. What about you?
probably our Maserati.
What Maserati is it?
GTS.
Wow.
About 10 years ago.
That's
Fabulous
really cool.
car, and it's got much more character than the modern day car, so that's why
I agree.
I'm such a fan of it, really.
100%.
The TR6.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow.
As I promised my boys, it's the first car I had.
Yeah.
First sports car I had when I was 20.
Wow.
And I promised my boys, I've got 4 boys.
Yeah.
Well, I've got 3 sons and son-in-law.
Okay.
And the TR6 is the car that we'll never sell because if they bend it, they can fix it.
Fix it again.
You can get all the parts.
That's amazing.
But my son-in-law is mad on Land Rovers, so he's rebuilt 6 Series 2s.
Wow.
Yes, and so we're
proper Land Rover.
We've got Land Rover expertise in the family.
That's good, that's good.
Yeah.
Not one of them could name a figure. Grown men who negotiate for a living gone quiet over a lump of aluminium with a leak in it. Whatever this is, it stopped being about transport a long time ago. And then I actually looked at where I was standing. Shotguns engraved by hand over 11 months, dog beds costing more than a week in Spain, a dog built to outlive the man who's buying it, and he knows it, and that is precisely why he is buying it. Which is when it occurred to me that the Defender has not been behind at all. It has changed aisles.
Yeah, I would say about 20 to 30% of the people who come to the stand have come because of the car. They get drawn in because of the car, because people love Defenders. So we purchased this car just under a year ago from Nene, and it needed some work done to it. They'd taken it on a part exchange. It was on a sort of sound chassis, and the engine was good, which was the most important thing to me. But a lot of the work that had been done to it was about 15 years old, so a lot needed replacing. So we, as I said before, we control everything in the manufacturing process. All the materials are British wherever possible. We make it ourselves. The quality is second to none. So if you buy a Chapman bag, it's going to last forever.
And halfway through somebody else's podcast, on somebody else's stand, a man in a very good coat asked Andrew the exact question that I had been chewing on for days, which was irritating because I had been saving it.
How do you go from taking a very nice standard Land Rover to make it something which is an object of some desire? And well, I think tires.
They're just so inspirational, aren't they? And if you don't, I'm a creative soul, and that's just part of my DNA. I always have been, and I think that's a big part of it. And so I'll come up with ideas for different colour combinations or different, as simple as it may be. But you can put a certain wheel on a vehicle, it can look great. You can put another wheel on it, and it can not look great, can't it? And I'll listen to customers sometimes and try and understand their desire and what they're wanting to do. And then you slowly try and help them or steer them in a slightly different route, because you know that if they're going to go and invest that money and do exactly everything they really want on that day, 6 months down the road they're going to look at it and scratch their heads and think, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Which is not how anybody talks about a work vehicle. It's how people talk about a commission.
We were approached by somebody representing the King of Qatar, probably about 2014 or thereabouts, and they wanted two 110 left-hand drive building for falconry.
Right. They
wanted petrol V8, and in those days we were messing about with a Ford Mustang engine, you know, the new generation Mustang engine in the car that is on the road today, and that was the biggest job we'd done at that time. And we built these two red 110s with Mustang V8 petrols in them, with a long bikini kind of hood on them. Everything was bespoke. We'd built this black 110 for a guy, and he'd gone out to his ski chalet in Switzerland or somewhere, and he was out there most of the time. Eventually he contacted me and said, look, I've sold my chalet, do you want to buy it back again? So I had it back again, and that was in the yard, left-hand drive, and it was black with lovely leather trim and tuned up Pume, similar to this one. And a guy came along, yeah, that's all right. I want it for my ski chalet in Switzerland, so it was going to go back to where it came from.
Amazing.
But can you just change it a little bit for me? So it was a 5-door station wagon, so we removed the second row seats, and then we put bench seats all the way down both sides, but we trimmed all the seats in sheepskin.
Wow,
And
that's
then
a
we
bit
put
different, isn't
a
it?
wood deck floor in it. And then when you open the two side doors, we made it so that you slid these drawers out with a load of, all made out of wood. Beautiful wood. It would have sat nicely in this or on your stand with all the shot glasses in on both sides. And so it's amazing. You take this stunning black kind of sport wagon kind of Defender with this big 20-inch wheel on it, chuck all that in the bin almost, and then we paint it bronze green and make it look retro, We put these sheepskin seats all the way down, and the shot glasses that come out the side doors. Same Land Rover. I've had some vehicles that have been through my hands 6 or 7 times over the years.
Really?
And then every time
then the customers had it 3 or 4 years and sold it back to us, and then we've done a bit more work on it, it's gone again, then it's come back, then we've changed the colour, and that honestly 6 or 7 times.
2 Defenders built for a man who hunts the birds, 1 rebuilt for the same customer in 3 different colours, finishing with sheepskin benches and a drawer full of shot glasses. This was never just transport, all of which is very convenient, coming from people who sell them. So I went 2 doors down to somebody who sells to precisely this crowd and has never sold a Land Rover in her life.
They used to develop seat covers for the bush planes in Africa.
Wow.
So everything is crafted in South Africa in their Port Elizabeth branch.
Okay.
And then we've got shops in Johannesburg and all the major big cities and centres.
Wow.
So everything is very much focused outdoor entertaining.
Yeah.
Obviously outdoor comes very much with nice cars and good seat covers, and so everything is also quite safari style, hence we're in a safari tent. Lots of shooting outdoors. People with dogs have been interested in it because obviously it's easy access for the dogs in the back and the guys in the front. They are used, as you know, as farm vehicles, as city trucks, as anything. They're so versatile.
Yeah.
But it's a cool look, isn't it?
100%.
So, all our stuff obviously fits in the boot, and you can do proper tailgate entertaining. So
100%.
there you go. That's the idea. You go on safari or out into the countryside, and you bring just stylish equipment with you, so that you're not sitting outdoors and plastic stuff, and at home you've got a nice home. You actually take nice items with you, and it's pleasing on the eyes when you go out in our equipment.
Tailgate entertaining, pleasing on the eyes. Nobody has ever said that about a tractor, which raises the practical bit. And the thing I actually get asked, if it's not a work vehicle anymore and it's not getting cheaper, what is the thing sat in your garage actually worth in 10 years? Andrew has been calling this market since 1988. He has called it wrong both ways at least once.
I would say Defender is for sure high up there. We've got also Discovery. Land Rover is, well, no longer existent, is a very strong brand.
Yeah.
And my second strongest brand is Ineos Grenadier.
Defenders first, Grenadier second, which is more or less exactly what Andrew has been telling me all weekend. And he's the one with the money on the answer.
You learn about how powerful a brand is really fast, because the Jeep brand in the UK, it just isn't there at all. And it doesn't attract the same kind of clientele. The demographic of the customer is completely different. You know, we are creeping into the Grenadier world.
Yes.
And so it'll be interesting how that goes. But even that product doesn't have the brand strength as Land Rover and the Land Rover Defender does. But I do think it will quietly get there, if I'm honest. I look at the price point of a 2014 110 Defender station wagon, and where that price point is going to be in another 2 or 3 years' time. In other words, it's going to go up a bit more probably. And they'll come, I think our level of custom will slowly go down a bit, because they're just going to get so expensive. There'll be a certain tier of clients that will just think we can't justify that cost anymore.
Yeah, of course.
And that's when the Grenadier might start to look a far more credible alternative, because it's a lot newer,
more
it's automatic,
affordable,
more
reliable.
power, more comfortable. The family Land Rover, the heirloom, wouldn't you? It's got to go through the generations, and that's what's happened to me, I suppose.
Fewer of them, held for longer, worth more, driven less, which is not a description of a work vehicle, it's the description of an heirloom, which would make this a rather sad little film about middle-aged men and their memories. Except on the Sunday I met Henry. Henry is 17.
I found it on eBay and had a 4.6 litre Rover V8.
Wow.
With a Golf chassis, but it had been sitting in a hedge for 16 years. Completely. 16 years. Wow. So I've been restoring that over the last sort of 8-10 months. The brand new Defender is a really nice car, but I don't think it has the same place as a classic Defender for me. I mean, my Series 3, I don't think I'm ever going to sell that. No,
That's good.
never.
Yeah.
I mean, it's partly because like working on it, it's different from just buying a car, you know, when you work on it. So.
Because you know you've put your own work to get it where it is, isn't it?
Yeah. It's worth more than any money would be to restore it for me. So
100%.
I don't think I'm ever going to sell that car.
Sunday afternoon. 3 days gone, the stand half packed, and one question left that I'd been saving. Andrew has 38 years and 20 staff riding on the answer. He has spent the entire weekend refusing to give me the comfortable version of anything.
It's been good. Obviously super hot on Friday afternoon, but it has actually been very busy. This show generally is, and we always meet some really lovely folk from all sorts of walks of life, but of course they've all got this common interest of the outdoors and field sports and the dog 100%. World and shooting and so on and so forth. And yeah, it always goes well. We meet lots of existing customers at this show, but of course we also meet lots of new potential customers for the future. It's just nice to share advice and try and help people, and then they quietly just come back to the business over the next days, weeks, months, and sometimes years. But you know, you generally get the same sort of questions and queries and inquiries. You do get one or two weird sort of inquiries or questions. There's a lot of people that have moved on to the new Defenders because they want new or not very old vehicles, and they're all looking for more comfort because they're going to use the vehicle for longer mileage, longer distance, whereas the Classic Defender, it's become more of a second car. 10 years from now, the business is going to obviously have changed a bit. We're still going to be very focused on Classic Defender, but I suspect we won't be selling quite as many. We won't hold the number in stock as we do at the moment. You know, at the minute we generally have anywhere between 50 and 60 in stock, whereas I can see it being maybe 20, 25 vehicles, you know, perhaps a few years down the road, because they're just going to be harder to come by. And of course, as they get more expensive, there's going to be a certain level of clientele where they may feel it's just beyond their reach or they can't justify the cost anymore.
So that is the argument settled, more or less, by one man in the field with every reason to lie to me, which left the experiment.
If I summarise what are the vehicles that really interest people, well, it's always the Grasmere Green soft tops. Of course, we've got a 90 and a 110 here. We sold one of them at the show.
Wow.
And it's likely that we may have sold the other one as well. I've got some customers who are coming to see me next week to test drive the other one.
Amazing.
Funny enough, from today.
100,000 people came through this field. They have falcons, they have horses, they have 21 guns and a cannon they're not allowed to fire properly. They did not need us. We sold one anyway. Possibly two. Andrew's being coy about the second one, which in my experience means it's already gone.